So is next gen purely hardware based or software based? When we get into next gen, I know there's a lot of there's a lot of debates and arguments that you could have with people, because everyone has their own little idea of what the next gen term actually means. All right. For one, it could be hardware, where it's using a brand new chipset or brand new architecture, some brand new graphics card, to output games at their fullest possible potential. For example, the next gen we can look at the PlayStation 3's RSX chip, the reality synthesizer. Jeez, all these names. We can look at, and that was really huge next generation technology. It was incredibly difficult to program for, but when you got to utilize the power of it correctly, I mean, you can look at games like The Last of Us, you can look at games like Uncharted, Killzone, they all look fantastic. And that was real, like, incredible tech. Sure, it was a pain in the ass to develop for, but if you knew what you were doing and if you put in the time and effort, you were able to get so much more power out of the system. And we look at the consoles today, and they're all based off x86 architecture, and they're very similar and made into PCs, which is what I think personally, due to the way that they were built, is why developers are already not, delivering games like the current generation games, and they don't look as well. It's because the consoles themselves are so easy to program for, and it's so easy to get the power out of them, that they're just plopping the game over on there and just optimizing it, but it's like there's no real challenge, there's no real hidden boost of technology that's able to surpass everything than what's currently out there right now. It's just, hey, we have a x86 architecture console, it's like your PC, copy paste, you're done. So, and then we have the software side, where a lot of people believe that it's the gameplay, and it's the next iteration of gameplay, what you can do that no one else has done before. We can look at games like Portal, which really mastered the physics, to be honest. Portal was an incredible game. Look at games like Mirror's Edge, which took a completely brand new gameplay concept. No one's ever done parkour in a video game before then, and turned it into, something of a next gen idea. There's other games too that it's really about the concept of the next generation and what you're able to deliver. So it's an interesting topic, because there's a lot of people on both sides. Some people believe it's both. I personally believe that it could be, it's a factor of both. It's a hardware thing where developing new technology, but at the same time, when you're developing new technology, you have to factor in, all right, we need to make it easier for people to program for. We need to make it familiar, so people don't feel like, oh, they have to learn a completely brand new programming language just to get this thing, to run. And on the other side, you have the software, which has to run in not necessarily a new, completely different way, but do it in a way that's never been done before. I have more respect for developers who take a chance on a brand new idea that's never been done before and fail, than people who just copy and paste original concepts from a game and just put it in their in their own game to make it really awesome. That's kind of how I feel. I always felt like the creative aspect of being a developer is more important than necessarily trying to find something that works. So, because eventually you're going to find that click. You're going to find that thing that makes it, that does make it work. That thing that makes, that allows you to be able to put out this brand new gameplay concept that no one's ever done before, that no one's ever seen before, and have it run and have it work and change something for good, That's really what it comes down to. It's one of the reasons why I love David Cage games. It's just, they're a type of game that you just don't see at all. It's like another reason why I love Mirror's Edge. You just don't see a game like that at all. It's I have more respect for those type of developers that go out for something new and drastically different. Doesn't necessarily have to work, but it's new and you never played it before, than people who just necessarily copy and paste aspects. Well, I liked this part in Far Cry 3 worked really well, so we're gonna put it in this game. And this part from I don't know, Uncharted worked really well, so we're gonna put this in this game. And then when this conversation thing in Mass Effect worked really well, so we're gonna put that in our game. And oh, look at this, it's a brand new IP. You know, it's not necessarily new. It's just you perfecting what's already out there or changing up a formula of existing formulas. So I don't know. I think hardware and software both have to combine to give you the experience. You know, we have sound design, graphics, and gameplay, which really immerse you in the experience with all those things. And you have the story, which adds the emotion. So you really have to, you know, try to find a way, you know, especially last generation, we really mastered the cinematography of games. Getting games to look and be considered of a cinematic level to the point where you can watch them and you could feel like you're watching a Hollywood blockbuster movie. You play games like Uncharted, Mass Effect, BioShock, and these are heavy narrative-driven games with such an engrossing story to tell, such an emotional story to tell, a character-driven story to tell. And we really mastered that last generation. And that was really the unique factor about last generation. Last generation, regardless of all the bullshit that happened with, you know, there was who remembers the online passes that we had to have when you couldn't buy games used. You had to have online passes for games that lasted like 2 years. When you really look at the last generation, I think we made the most progress that we ever did in the whole industry of gaming last generation. We made huge progress with online play, huge progress with the stories we can tell in games and the way they can look and the cinematography of those games, huge advancements in terms of gameplay, advancements in terms of I would say the way we interact with other people, you know. It's I mean, we look at like YouTube spawned like during at the brink of the last generation. It was like 2006, I believe, YouTube started or something like that, you know. And it really brought people together to form this whole YouTube community, you know. And I've been around this YouTube community since pretty much the start, a little bit after the start, and I've seen it grow into when it was first this niche thing where, you know, you would watch a couple people, but it wasn't really serious, and then it just today it's completely commercialized. So that's off topic though. But I think the last generation made some big advancements. This generation we have yet to make some big advancements, but we'll see how things go. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's purely based in the hardware, purely based in the software, or is it a mixture of both that really does give you the next gen experience? You know, what is next gen to you? So you guys have a good one. I look forward to reading your comments. I'll see you later.